Well, hello again, YouTubers, and welcome to another edition of Exploring with the Coal Cracker. I'm the Coal Cracker, and we're going to go exploring. And where we're at right now is a little town in Pennsylvania. I don't know if you can see behind me, called Maysville. And I'll put the spelling down below so you get it. And what I'm on here is an old road. Now, some of you might not know where I'm at. I'm about 1 mile north of Frackville, and I came down on Route 924. That's the new highway that's going through Gilberton up to Shenandoah, Pennsylvania. And what I'm on right now was called the Maysville Road, or also known as Route 142, before 924 was built. Some of you didn't know that. And right now I'm on that road. As you can see, there's not much left where I'm at now. It comes up and it continued that way, but that's private property, and I'm not gonna trespass. I dropped something here on someone's property without permission. Let me just turn you around here, and I'll give you a little spiel as we're walking down. Okay, now where you see I'm walking south on what used to be old 142. Now in 1911 they commissioned roads to be built in the area. The cars were starting to be more and more popular, and these roads used to be all dirt. They were just for horse and buggy. And when cars came out, they started to commission these roads to be paved. And in 1911, this one was commissioned. Okay, when Pennsylvania legislated routes in 1911, the road between Frackville and Shenandoah was designated as part of legislative Route 183. Now 924, which is over in that direction somewhere, was built in, or actually was designated in 1928. And that was started between Brandonville and Shepton. The entire route was unpaved, except for the portion near West Hazelton. And this is talking about the old road. And Route 61, which is way up there on top of the mountain, that used to be called US142. It went from Frackville to Ringtown Boulevard in Shenandoah. And then it was designated as part of PA 142 in 1928. And then PA 142 continued north from Shenandoah to Ringtown. And at that time, the section of 142 was paved between Frackville and Shenandoah. Now, where I'm walking here, as you can see, I just came down from way up there. That's where the road pretty much ends. You can't go any farther. Past that point, it turns to dirt road. But down over here, this is State Route 3060. And this goes from Monterey City all the way to Ashland. Now, it's not Route 54. That's about half a mile up the road. A lot of traffic here. Up that road towards Shenandoah. Now, if you notice, this highway crosses over here. And across the road quick. And then down over we see that yellow building. That's where 142 continued, or what they call the Maysville Road. Getting over here to where that's the old Maysville Road right there. And you see the Northern and Reading Railroad crosses it. So as soon as I can cross, I'll get to show you that. Okay, now let's see where we can start here. As you can see right off the bat, there's a bridge sign behind me. If I can get that into focus. 29 tons. Now what they're doing on this side of the road, I got permission from a guy named Smokey who works for Jack Rich. They're doing mining up here, surface mining. And what they're doing is they're getting rid of the culm banks around here for the coal generation plant. I don't know if you can see that. It's up over the hill there behind me. But we're going to walk this road. There's some history I want to show you about. There's some neat stuff along here. And let's see, where do we start? 924 was extended south to the route. It was extended from the south this way is the way it was built. And you can see there's where some of the road starts to go up that mountain. Now, when we get up to this railroad track, I gotta tell you, it's not a funny story, but there was an accident here, right along this railroad. Okay, like I said before, this is the Northern and Reading Railroad. Again, you see there's the posted signs. You're not allowed to walk down these tracks at all. But what happened in the 1950s, the Harris Bakery in Shenandoah, ran by Emmanuel Mendel Harris, had a man named Roy Laura deliver some donuts, and he had to cross these tracks. And what happened was, when he crossed the tracks, the train hit the truck. Now luckily it hit the back end of the truck and not the driver's compartment. And what happened then, there was a call for the accident, and they couldn't find the truck. But what they had to do was go down this railroad, and since it was a bakery truck, they followed all the way down, donuts, all the way down this track till about, I'd say, about a quarter mile away was where the truck ended up. And the driver did survive. He probably had injuries. And that's the story on that, back in 1950. That's about the only thing I saw about this. And the thing is, can you imagine coming down here for an automobile accident, coming down and it's like, there's no car. Where's the car? Where's the car? And one guy said, well, you follow those donuts, you'll come to the vehicle. It's probably way down there somewhere was where that happened. And then this would be called the Maysville Bridge. Up until the 1940s, there were no bridges on this road. You'd have to traverse over dirt paths and whatnot. Now, I don't see anything here suggesting there, but you can see the construction of this bridge. It's well built for being, what, 80 years old. And this was built, I don't have a date when this was built. If I find it, I'll put it down the bottom. This is the Monterey Creek. Now, if you remember, there's a little bit of orange tint to it, not too much. Up that way toward the west, we were at the Bear Ridge Colliery, and then we went to what was called the A hole and the B hole down that way, and that's where the water starts getting more orange, because of course you got more coal mines around the area here, and that's looking west. And then right away you see some coal banks all along here. Now these were placed here. These were not natural. Of course, that one there, I don't know if you could see it in the distance there, but this one here is right behind, and there's a house here, but right up there, there's a big waste rock pile. But they are mining here, so I had to get special permission to come down here. I didn't want to have what happened on the Reading Northern Railroad. I don't know if you remember that video I put up, or you saw that video, where I had the police come and knock on my door telling me I couldn't have those videos up or I was going to get a fine. But yeah, right over here, and there's a gate here. The old church bells are going off yet. Must be 2 o'clock. Yeah, they don't really want you over in this area. At least the guy, Smokey, told me you don't want to come over here. But as you can see, way up there, you can hear a truck going up. That's the new 924. Or the new highway, it says a 924. And this continues along here. Now, I told you about that train. And up a ways here, I'm going to show you another famous, well, it's not an accident, but a famous spot where there were Lots of accidents. And when we get up to that, I'll show you that. Right away we see a sign that says no trespassing on this pole. Now notice that number. It says pole number 45. Now this isn't what I was going to talk about, but just remember that these poles are numbered. And like I said, a guy named Smokey from down in the Gilberton coal company of Jack Rich's gave me permission to come up here. He said it's fine as long as I don't do anything quote unquote stupid. You know, I told him I'm not trying to start a new you can see four-wheelers go up here a lot. I don't think they like that too much. But he was happy I called him and asked for permission. Yeah, look at all this. These are all coal banks. And what they do with the coal, they take it up to the power plant. And that burns the fine coal. They grind it up to a real fine powder, blast it into the furnace, and it's like a dust that blows flames into the burners to make steam for electric power. And back in the day, coal wasn't used. They had, I'd say, as far back as probably 1940s, everyone had stove coal, which is probably about 2 inches in diameter, down to about 1 inch. That was the coal they would size out. The rest of it got put up on these piles. As you can see, that's all coal. And of course, if you look closer, the power lines are not really off the ground. Well, these aren't power lines. I think the top one is. But the two here, they're telephone communication lines. And they're only about, I'd say a good 6 feet off the ground. But as you can see, and they told me there was brick under this road at some points when they paved it. And if I see any of that, I'll show it to you. But we're going to go up, and if you notice, this road curves off to the right here. That's significant because if you look, we're going to look at the numbers of these poles. There's a pole up here numbered pole 39. And when I get to it, I'll show you a little more. Now, up that way would be the Monti Plain, way off in the distance. See if I can get a closer shot of that. And that's the Monti Mountain. Goes all along there. And right up there would be the Monti Plain Head House. I did a video on that. Also up there is called the Lawrence Colliery, which should be right around here. I want to see if I can get a video of that on a separate video today after I get this one done. But yeah. And then of course over there, that's the Locust Mountain, looking north. Okay, I'm going to read to you a little about the history of this. I'm going to read to you a little bit of the history of this because I think I missed some stuff. Well, when Pennsylvania legislated routes in 1911, the road between Frackville and Shenandoah was designated as Route 183. PA 924 was designated in 1928 to run a point between Brandonville and Shepton, northeast to PA 93 in West Hazleton. At this time, the entire route was unpaved except for the portion of, whoops, almost dropped my camera, near West Hazleton, the section present US120, now PA 61 in Frackville and Ringtown Boulevard north of Shenandoah, was designated as part of PA 142 in 1928. PA 142 continued north from Shenandoah to Ringtown. At this time, the section of PA 142 between Frackville and Shenandoah was paved. By 1930, PA 924 was paved between southwest of Shepton and the border of Schuylkill and Luzerne counties, while the remainder of the route was under construction. At this time, the road between north of Shenandoah and between Brandonville and Shepton was unnumbered, unpaved road. In the 1930s, PA 924 was extended southwest to PA 142, right here, in Ringtown Boulevard in Shenandoah. At this time, the entire route was paved. PA 142 was also widened to a multi-lane road between Frackville and Gilberton. So, I'd say this would have been a 4-lane highway. And PA 924 was extended south to US 142, now 61 in Frackville in 1946, replacing that section of PA 142, while the remainder of PA 142 was decommissioned in the 1950s. PA 924 was extended from PA 29, now Route 93 in Hazleton, or West Hazleton, east to US 309, now PA 309, in Hazleton along 15th Street. In addition, the route was widened to a divided highway between Gilberton and Shenandoah. That's where we started off first, going up that way. The route was shifted east to a new alignment in 1963 with the old Maysville Road and Our Lady of Sullivan Boulevard. The portions of the former alignment leading current route have been severed. So that's when they shut this down. In 1967, the route was realigned to a new divided highway between Humboldt and PA 93 on the border of Hazleton and West Hazleton, where it turns northwest for a concurrency with PA 93. Whew, walking up this hill. Almost done here. The route previously followed Main Street through Harwood Mines, Harwood Ward, Cranberry Road, and South Broad Streets between Humboldt and PA 93 in West Hazleton. So that's pretty much the history of it. Whew. But it's not numbered, but this is considered pole number 39. And what's significant about this is that when they built this road, it comes down this hill and around this turn here. Now, can you imagine back in the 30s driving an old car, probably weighed about 2 tons, coming down this road, losing the brakes, going too fast, whatever, winter conditions, and sliding right into this pole. Now, it used to be closer to the road. They did move it in the 50s back where it is now, and cars were still hitting it. Now, I don't know if you can look around here. I don't think there would be any car parts, but you never know. I don't see anything here. I was looking around a little bit on brake. Nothing really here, but yeah, they don't have this pole numbered. But yeah, that's the infamous pole 39 they talk about on this road. And a lot of the locals, they'll probably tell you, yeah, that was a nice hairpin turn here. And how do I know that's pole 39? Well, the pole up here has a marker on it, number 38. If you can see that, let me get up closer to it. See that there? Number 38. Get a little closer to that, you can see it better. Yep, that's pole 38. So then that would have made that pole 39 down there. This is pole 37. Now you can see this is pretty much an abandoned road here. That's looking down at the pole 39. And they said about every other week there was an accident here. And most of the people knew there was an accident here because if the power went out, I think in Maysville, they knew right away someone crashed into the pole and knocked the wires down. And it's got washed out pretty good, as you can see. Let me zoom out so you're not trying to hold this steady and walk on this rough road. But yeah, there it comes, and up there is 924. I don't know if you can see. You can probably hear the traffic noise up there. But yeah, a lot of water must come down this way. As you can see, that church over there is the, I don't know if you can see it in the distance, Our Lady of Silva Church, which is the road. It's that little steeple right there. That's where we started. And we walked up this way. I'd say we walked a good quarter mile so far. Got about another 3/4 of a mile to go. Yeah, sweet. So, and what I was told, they had poles installed up on Route 924, and they're going to take these poles out, probably undo this road. There's power lines here, and move them up to 924 because they're going to dig all this out. Because if you look on the embankment, yeah, there's still some coal laying on the side. And it's all, and if you go down 924 between Frackville and Shenandoah, you'll see this mining operation they have here in Gilberton. Pretty extensive. Coming up, it says drive left only. Now, why do they want you to drive on the left? Well, they bring some big trucks down this road. It's part of a mining road. This isn't any part of the highway. This wasn't here at the time. But those big trucks come down. Whew. I'm winded from climbing that hill. And they would drive on the left so that now I'll get a picture of these trucks up to show you how big they are. If one of them trucks happened to collide head on with one of the other trucks, and they were driving on the left, both of them, between their perspective, yeah, man-made lake down there. The cabs would be on the opposite sides of each other. So if they did hit head on, the cabs wouldn't get crushed. That's why I was told to drive, they drive left. And yeah, here's something here I just noticed. I don't know if these are people that passed away here. Let me see. Get a picture of this. I have this. I don't know if you can read that. I wonder if he's... Now, I don't think this is pole 39 here. If you look, it says there's a 4. And this, yeah, I can't read that, so I'll have to look at this when I come up. But yeah, there's a memorial here. I don't know exactly when. Now, some of this is pretty recent. Why, I don't know. But yeah. Okay, now I want to show you something here that's pretty neat. Someone did tell me that this was done before they paved it. They put bricks on the road. How's that? Old brick road all the way up. Now these aren't yellow bricks, these are more like a red brick. And it looks like they're put in the ground long ways, not the wide way. They put them down this way. I'll show you quick here. I'll turn these around. Yeah, you can see they put them in. I don't know, they are lengthwise. I thought they were put in the long way down. But you can see if you look close. Yeah, they're like a double brick. It's a weird brick pattern. And I'm sure this made one heck of a noise when you drove on it. And you can see where it begins. Right there, down from where that little memorial there someone placed for someone. Cool. And this is brick. I never knew this was brick. And there's some neat rock formations along the side here. Now these have been modernized, these power poles. They wouldn't have been here. They would have pretty much stayed on this side. But I also hear the phone company has separate poles from the power company. And if this one's what, number 29? Yeah, so 10 poles down would have been number 39. That memorial is not pole 39, that's another pole. And you can see where there was accidents. There's some of the pavement here still existing, but this was what was under the pavement. And you can see some of the tar still exists. And this looks like, yeah, it was paved. That's weird how this is all just like removed. Probably the water washed it away. And up here it goes back to pavement. Alright, I'm almost up to Frackville, which is where this road would lead to. And I'll show you some more up here. Yeah, just think, can you imagine coming down this road, excuse me, with a loaded coal truck back in the 30s? And I guess back then they didn't have real good brakes on them. They had drum brakes, which everyone knows, when you use them too hard, they get hot and they fail. But can you imagine coming down this road? Oh, the bricks still continue up here. It's... Ooh, I gotta take a break. That's one heck of a hill. Can you imagine coming down this hill and all of a sudden you're going too fast? I have to make that turn at pole 39. Yeah, it was a hairpin turn. And for cars back in the days that didn't handle that well, they all drove like trucks. Because my boss has a 52 Plymouth. That thing's like driving a truck, but I love driving it. Alright, let me get a break here, because this is a hoof up this hill. Right up there where that drain pipe is, I don't know if you see the cars go by, that's the new highway, 924. That's in use today, 4-lane highway. Actually right there it's only 3-lane, because some of the mountainside where the bottom rock is exposed is falling. Now they do have screening up to catch any rocks, but some of them are so big they just came right through the screen, so they blocked off the right hand lane going southbound, so you can only go on the passing lane southbound for that reason. But cool, I love these bricks. I wish I could find a name, excuse me, and see where these bricks were made. Alright, continuing on up the hill. Yeah, here's a look at some bottom rock right along the hill here, along this road. But yeah, it still continues to be brick. And the bricks are in very good shape. I haven't seen any big potholes. I think there's a little bit of unevenness to it, but you figure this thing hasn't been used since the 60s. But it's in very good shape, yeah, as far as aside from the weeds. And it goes back to pavement here. Now if you look, I don't know why, but it looks like they only paved that section of road down there. Or bricked it, and paved over it. And there might be cement that continues up here. Yeah, it just changes to cement. I don't know when they did this, or why they have cement here and not brick. But yeah, it just abruptly changes. Boom. From concrete to brick. Weird. And you can see how high up we're getting. It's a hill. I mean, if cars were wrecking every other week at pole 39, I'll tell you how steep this road is. And you can see some of the road here is washing out from constant water runoff. Just went right down to the cement. Alright, almost up at the end here. And we'll end the video up here. And not only did they put brick in, they put stone along the shoulder to help with water runoff. You don't see too much of that anymore. There's some rebar sticking out of the cement. And I don't see any more bricks here, I think. The old guardrail, the old double wire guardrail they used to have along here. There's another pole there. Now somewhere down here, as that road, there's a little opening here, that road down there, that went over that road that went to the Monet Plain and under that tunnel. That's this road here. Now somewhere down here there was a colliery. That'll be a separate video, and I'll show you that when I'm done this one. But getting up to the top here, I see where the wires veer off to the left here, to the end of the road. Okay, now the reason I'm showing you this pipe, one, you can't see all the way through it. The water just runs off. Where does it go from here? Looks like it's going in a hole there, but I don't see. Huh, that's weird. Why would that be like that? I don't know, but anywho, neat. Up there is 924. You see the guardrail up here, and just about at the end of this road. And let's walk up here a little bit more. But again, I want to thank you, Smokey, for giving me permission to come up here and film this. This was interesting. I don't know any more history about this. I'll look it up and maybe put it in. Now I do have references. I'm gonna have to, a whole bunch of references I gotta put up, and I'll put that up at the end of this video. Yeah, we're getting up here. There's a dirt pile right here. Whew. I definitely need a little break up here. Let's get up top here quick. Yeah, jog up the hill. Whew, wow. Good exercise, yeah. Right there's 924. And there, you can see off in the distance, there's that bottom rock that's sliding down in there. I don't know if you can see those poles over there, or them yellow signs. Whew, I ran up that hill. I shouldn't have done that. Whew. But that's another problem area, 924. There's a good shot of 924 the way it looks now. Now down below there, where you can't see, they're doing construction on the bridge. Now that was built, if I'm not mistaken, whoops. They started this project in 1964 of building this highway. Yeah, as I said before, hey, what's up? I got a fan. And I'm trying to see where this bridge was built. Okay, 1946, the route was further extended to US142, now PA61 Frackville, replacing that section of PA142. So, 1946 they built this. 924, the new highway. Alright, let me get up a little farther here and I'll end the video. Yeah, and as I get up here, the path ends. There's nothing left. I just went in and now straight ahead. Oh, let me go this way so you can see better. Ooh, excuse me. This is 924. I don't know if you can see it. Way up there where that truck is pulling over, that's where that tunnel was. I did a video. You probably see it right to the passenger side of the truck. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can see that. Yeah, right up there. There's a tunnel. And now we crossed this. Well, now is 924, but it crossed over and then continued down this way. Cool. Okay. And of course, up there, I don't know if you can see where the power poles are. Those power lines. Up there would be the Monoy Plain rail yard. Very cool indeed. Alright, I think that's going to be it for this video. There's not much more I can show you or tell you. I think I rambled on pretty good. Again, if you like this channel, please subscribe to it. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps me out. Like this video, share it with your friends, please. And until my next adventure, I'll see you later. Be safe. I also want to give a special thanks to Jack Rich Incorporated for letting me come on this property. I know there's a lot of traffic here. Special thanks WPPI. They're the company that is affiliated with Jack Rich. That's mining down here now. A guy named Smokey I called, gave me permission that I can come up here and videotape. And I thank you again. And I'll see you at my next adventure.